Hello, hello. It's time for Fishing Friends. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fishing Friends with Danny and Gina. I'm Danny,
I'm Gina.
and this little guy over here is Lazuli.
Yes,
He was cool all last stream, so let's hope he's chilling with us all this stream again.
we shall see. Hopefully. Hopefully
Yeah,
so.
he's definitely super talkative and stuff right now, which is fun. We got Patty's Petite Tanks here, and Liquid Zoo OnlyFins, Paul
Patty.
McCarthy, and Pet Sonics, and Chris's Aqua Zone, and Linda Worth. Hello, everybody. Good to see ya.
Beepity boopity.
Man, oh man, has this been just like a crazy week.
Yeah, no kidding. I
It
itchy.
has been just so incredibly hot,
Yes.
and like what was it, Monday night or something like that. Like I'm coming home from work and everything starts like hazing up and stuff, and I'm like, what is going on? And it's like everywhere it just had this like smell, like
Yep.
burning plastic or whatever. And I'm just
Woo!
like, why does all of St. Louis smell like burnt plastic? And it wasn't clicking with me at first, and then like I woke up on like Tuesday morning, because I believe
And
that
it
was
was
Monday
really
night,
hazy
and it was like
Tuesday.
really hazy, and I like flipped open YouTube, and there was like a video of somebody in Canada talking about like the Canada wildfires and showing the hazy sky, and I'm like, oh,
Yep.
that's what's going on. Like I if I wasn't like, working and dealing with all of that stuff or whatever and driving during it, I would have, potentially made like a short about it. But
Right.
yeah, it was crazy. And then like it brought some rain, and after
hmm
that little bit of rain that we got, like the haziness was gone, which was good.
Yeah.
You're stuck in my hair, dude.
Yeah, I was watching the Seahorse Whisperer Wednesday night. Or Wednesday evening. And yeah, she was talking about it because she's all the way, she's in Indiana.
Mm.
And she was talking about it. She's like, man, all these Canada wildfires, it was causing, like, it's affecting her allergies.
Oh
And
yeah. Like I've been like coughing like all week and stuff. Like
and she was talking about it. She's like, yeah, and it just smells like burnt plastic. And I don't know why. And I threw out the idea. I was like, maybe it's because up in Canada they have more like evergreen trees. So maybe like tree tar, like pine tar. But they're like, but she said, she made a good point. She said, but it's not normal. Like they have, they have wildfires in Canada, and it never smells like burning plastic. So she's
yeah.
like, maybe something else is going on. I was like, oh gosh,
No,
conspiracy theories.
no, like that. I didn't even like necessarily think about that, but I was just like, it was definitely the smell of like burning plastic. Like I
Yeah,
was, I was consciously trying not to breathe, like,
breathe too deep. Yeah,
because it's just like I don't want. But it's like, is the air in my house like any better or whatever? Like I don't know. And so
right.
I was just like, but if I could like consciously smell it, like I was just like, I don't like this. So I didn't want to breathe when I was outside. And then like I had to work Wednesday morning and stuff. And one of my
hmm
customers is just like, I can't go outside. I have COPD and the air rating is red. And it's just like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Do I have something going on this Thursday? I don't. I need to make sure I do an order for your work because I'm running low on foods. So I didn't do an order this past week because I don't know if you mind talking about your work stuff. But anyway, Nathan apparently didn't like forgot that I had a whole freezer full of those meals, and so he hadn't been taking them. So I had an extra like week's worth of meals for myself.
Nice.
So yeah, but I need to order more. So
I was gonna try one of our new ones today after I got home from work, but I had like leftover pizza and stuff, so I ate that instead. But we
I just
got
had
this
the
new Caribbean inspired like chicken and rice Caribbean jerk bowl or whatever. Like, I don't
ooh.
know. I want to see if it's gonna be good and spicy. What? Stop messing with Tundra.
I just had the roast turkey and vegetables. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's a real popular one. It's getting known as here. The Nano Aquarium guy has joined us.
For
Mississippi
lunch,
cheese.
I brought the sesame chicken. That one was good.
Nathan Hovey, happy to make this live. Missed the past few nights. Oh, there's no need to apologize. Stuff goes on, you know. George is here, but even though he says he's not.
No, not here. Conspiracy. Canada is made of plastic. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of like what has been like a controversial thing that would be made out of plastic, or maybe I don't know. Was there a plant or like a manufacturing plant that maybe caught fire? But
Uh,
Ray is a
I'm
person
sure
that's up on the
some
stream.
buildings have definitely caught fire, and so it
Yeah,
could just be that, just insulation and whatever else. But
right.
yeah.
But yeah, one of the people on our panel is actually in Ontario, I think. And yeah, he said it's mostly still like forests. It's not really cities that are burning. So I don't know.
Well, that's good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I'm just living in ignorance down here in Missouri until it affected me, and then now I'm trying to pay attention to it.
I'm still not paying attention to it.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm not like deep diving into it, but now it's like it's got my attention
Oh
because it
yeah.
affects me now. What happened to my
Right.
little doobly doo? I need to take my nails have been falling off, so I'm missing both my thumbs and my pinky just fell off today as I was bagging fish. So now I have to take the rest of them off because now it's bothering me. And I had this little, like almost like a little card thing that I used to get under the nail and pop them off, but I can't find it.
Oh man.
Where's my little doobly doo?
And so I on Sunday, this past Sunday, I went out for karaoke like I always do,
As you do.
and there was this guy that was there. I had just gotten off stage singing.
I found it. I put it away. That's why I couldn't find
Nice.
it.
I did Dream On.
Dream on.
There's a band called Blacktop Mojo that does this really awesome cover of Dream On, and they were able to find that for karaoke. So it's got like a little bit of a heavier guitar to it and stuff. So I just like to sing with that background music versus the original Aerosmith one.
Yeah.
And, I just gotten off stage, and he kind of came up to me as I'm sitting on the table, and he's like, "Do you smoke?" As he's like holding a pack of cigarettes or whatever. I'm like, "No." And he was like, "Oh, I was hoping you would, because I was gonna step outside for a cigarette, and I kind of wanted to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh well, I mean, I can still step outside and we can talk or whatever." And so I step outside and might as well walk outside. I was like, "Yeah, I quit smoking like 4 or 5 years ago." And he was like, "Yeah, good for you. I should do that too." But then he just kind of started talking to me about how he like kind of recently moved into town from San Diego, and he's been kind of wanting to get a band together, and he's been talking to like a drummer and a bass player, and he's a guitar player and stuff like that. And he kind of asked me if I was interested in being a vocalist. And I was just like, honestly, like it's kind of funny, but I've been coming to karaoke for forever, and I've just kind of always been kind of joking that, one day a band is going to come and search for a vocalist, so they'll ask me or whatever.
Right.
So
that's awesome. What'd you say?
So well, I more or less I said yes or whatever. Like we exchanged phone numbers or whatever. And we haven't been able to like meet up and do more, but when it comes down to it, like, yeah, we need to meet up and we need to kind of like just talk about everything and like see kind of if we have the same sort of vision as far as a band. And you know, I have no idea what type of guitarist he is. Maybe he just was, talking all show, and I go and he's kind of one of those,
Yeah. Do you know?
whatever. So,
Did he say what genre the band is?
well, what he was saying, like, he doesn't want to necessarily do like just a bunch of metal chugging because he doesn't want to just sit there and just like be like background or whatever. So it's just like, okay, so you obviously like, so in my mind I'm thinking like, so he's probably more on the talented side of guitars because he doesn't want to just sit there and the whole time. He wants to
Right.
do something more interesting. So it's like, okay, if you're gonna do something more interesting, like, that'd be cool. So what I'm kind of thinking, I'd like to do a band kind of along the lines of like, like Breaking Benjamin, or I don't know, I've been like, I don't want to add a whole bunch of like, I don't know, production techno stuff in there, but I've been really liking a lot of the recent stuff that this band Falling in Reverse has been putting out.
Yeah.
Gosh, they put out this song not too long ago. It's called Watch the World Burn. And oh my gosh, the whole song is just like, it just like keeps building. And it starts off with him rapping, and at the end of the song he's like singing and screaming and doing all this stuff, and it just gets super intense. And but at one point when he's rapping, like, I think he like is more or less like challenging Eminem and does like a speed rap. Like, I think that's even like some of the words from Eminem's, and like does it like faster than him. So it's a pretty awesome song. I don't know if I'm like I probably am not allowed to like sit there and play it unless I was like, I don't know, doing a proper review of the song or something like that.
Or a reaction, or something like that.
Have to like play it and pause it and play it and pause it.
I'm free. The nails are off.
The nails are off. Fish Fam Link is here.
Fish Fam
Richard
Link.
Reynolds has joined us.
I remembered to put the Fish Fam links in the description on my side. Yeah, I remembered.
I forgot.
That's okay.
I remembered to put yours. I need to. What I really need to do, and I keep forgetting to do this, is I need to get in and edit my automatic description and stuff. Because I have like my Patreon, my Patreon subscribers or whatever, and like all that stuff, I just automatically in there. But I always have to keep going back and add the link to your page and stuff like that. So I need to like set that up as like automatic.
I just need to just set that up, period. I didn't realize that was a thing, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course that would be a thing. I just didn't even look into that.
Yeah, it is nice to have certain aspects just automatically added, and then you can add other parts to it as well.
Right. Sorry, I dropped my food tray and it like splashed the gravy on the ground, so I had to just clean that up. So sorry, sorry I'm distracted, but I think I'm good now.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, it's been an okay week at work. We got some coral in, so we worked on fragging some of it up yesterday. MB Reef, hello.
MB Reef.
Some Zoas. Elena, my coworker, is gonna finish fragging up the other stuff tomorrow. Yeah, it's been an okay week. Nothing too eventful. We are going to be open on 4th of July, which...
Oh, yeah?
We're the Waffle House of fish stores, so of course we are.
Nice.
But our
and you mean that in multiple ways, because you kick people's asses, too.
Right?
You're sitting there catching chairs.
Catching chairs, yep. But, yeah, our dry good distributor is going to be closed on Monday, so it's going to kind of mess up my week a little bit, my routine, because normally Monday I go in and I do the dry good order. So next week will be a little bit messed up, but I'll get over it.
Yeah, see, a couple of my coworkers were saying how they would actually rather work the holiday, and I guess I might have considered that or whatever too, because you can sometimes make a lot of money going out on the holiday. People, looking for ice cream, things like that, whatever. Hit
Yeah.
all those barbecues, but we worked today and we're off on Tuesday, so
Yeah.
I'm off tomorrow. Work Monday, off Tuesday, and then it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I already signed up for next Saturday too.
Yeah.
MB Reef asks, "What's the coral you guys like most?"
I really like Zoas and Gonioporas.
Yeah,
Just because they have a lot of color. The Gonias have a lot of movement. Yeah.
I am not experienced enough. I definitely know that I want to get some Zoas because Zoas are really cool looking. Um, but there was this one coral that I can't remember what it was called, but it had like a bunch of branches and little fingers, and it was kind of purpley, and it would just like do this sort of thing every now and then, and like all the little
Oh,
different tentacles on it would move and pulse.
Pulsing Xenia?
Pulsing
Probably?
Xenia, yeah.
Yeah.
Xenia Xenia, that's what it was. Exactly. I knew
Yeah.
you would tell me which one it was. Yeah. I saw that at Marine Solutions once, and I took a video of it and incorporated it into one of my shorts of Marine Solutions because, yeah, it's just such an awesome little coral, and it moves around, and so yeah, you get kind of that anemone effect or whatever without having an actual anemone.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, I'm sure they got some interesting uh, pictures of it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so that's what it kind of looks like, with
Yeah.
the orange filter on the blue light. It's got little
So
feathers and stuff.
it comes in white, and I think it also comes in pink. Yeah, that's the white. Well, that's actually Anthelia. That one's Pulsing Xenia. Anthelia has like longer tendrils, and they actually don't pulse. That's Pulsing Xenia.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like an anemone, but it
Yep.
doesn't. It's not dangerous to any of your little fish and stuff.
Nope. Yeah. And
Gorgeous.
it grows very quickly. Like a
Oh,
lot, I tell
nice.
people to put it on an island just like in this picture because yeah, if you put it anywhere near or close enough to your main rockwork, it will grow over everything.
Well, honestly, I'm not mad if that happens.
Right? Well, you would be like a lot of people make the mistake of having it too close or put it on a zoa garden and it will grow in between the zoas and actually grow over them and shade them and end up killing the
Yeah,
zoas. So,
I figured that would probably happen. Yeah, so I, I'm definitely gonna put some in my tank whenever I get that going. Um, I do have a plan to have like a little island on the front, but that was gonna be that rock that you had going for me.
yeah. Which you can just incorporate the rock I have for you in your main rock work and just kind of let it spread off that rock.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, we can figure it out. Or you can have one of those floating magnet islands that they sell and have the Xenia on that.
yeah, could do that.
Have it kind of low so it's right above the sand bed. So eventually when it grows
Or
out,
just
it'll look like it'll be on the bottom.
put it on the main rock work, and as it
Just
spreads out, just frag it off.
Xenia Farm!
Yeah.
They're overpopulation coral. They grow even in the toilet water. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Our aquatic universe. Hello, Mike B. How's it going?
Hello. I have heard rumors that somebody is working on making blue pulsing Xenia.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I saw some pictures on the Google Images that looked like they could be blue, but then again, it could just be the lighting.
Yeah, it could be the white with the blues on, but yeah. Now none of them are bioluminescent. They don't glow.
Yeah,
Um,
that one bubble anemone or whatever you guys had that was like rainbow and translucent, fluorescent. Like, oh man, that was just such a crazy anemone
yep.
that I
Oh
can't
yeah, the bubble
have.
tips. Yeah, the rainbow bubble tips. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
the
cool.
rainbow bubble tip. Yeah, oh, so cool. And you
They
can't
are.
like the video just doesn't no good.
Mm-mm. Nope. You have to see them in person to get the full effect.
It's popping on my little thesis. No, not really. Oh man. So my sister and brother-in-law and their family, um, they live in the house that I grew up at, and there was this area that was kind of like an ivy garden and had like some peonies and some other stuff in there with some junipers, and pretty much there was this like concrete ring around the whole thing, and there was this like little potted guy that had like a bowl and it was like a little fountain thing. So we always kind of assumed that maybe originally it was like a really big fountain and then somebody just kind of filled it in and then turned it into like a little garden and stuff. But they, went in and they dug it all out. And sure enough, it was not like a fountain. It's not like a big concrete bowl. It's just a ring. So they've kind of dug some layers and stuff like that, and they're turning the whole thing into a big pond. And
Hmm.
it's gonna be sweet. And I just I'm a little jealous because they're gonna get theirs probably finished before I get mine finished. But I was
Right.
telling them, with a pond that size or whatever, you guys put some tilapia in there, and you guys will never go hungry because they got chickens, tilapia, turkeys, all that different stuff. They literally have everything. And but my sister said that she looked up some stuff about tilapia farming, and she says that that's not a very good spot for it or whatever. And I'm pretty sure tilapia need heat because they're African cichlids, right? So they wouldn't survive in that anyway. But she could potentially put some like bluegill in there, maybe like some different
Right.
sunfish. I
Yeah.
wouldn't do bass. Bass would get too big, and you'd have to like focus more on feeding the bass. Whereas like if you did like sunfish or not like a bluegill or any other type of sunfish, they they could live more off of just you can still feed them for sure, but they could live off of all the flies and stuff that would be landing on the pond and different things like that.
Right. Yeah.
Bass are a little bit more predatory. So it's really easy to keep. So I've heard.
Yeah, I call them indicators. Most of those soft corals, they indicate when they're not happy. They don't just die out of nowhere like some of the stony corals do. So yeah, I like them cuz they're like I said they're indicators. Um so yeah, you have time to react.
Good. That's good.
How are the deep dish pizzas? Are those really good?
You look at the menu.
I'm putting my order together.
I think they're really good. Especially the like if you go with the supreme, the pepperoni, or the cheese, because those are like the more like old school ones, but that still have like the older recipe, and I think the older recipe is better. The 3 meat pizzas and the bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast pizzas, They're still good, but they're not as good. They come out a little bit more chewy and stuff in the microwave versus the other ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, best thing to do is put them in like a toaster oven or cook them in the actual oven anyway. But what's the point of that with the whole convenience of having a fast little pan pizza? But air fryers are quick, so.
Right.
Salient Aquatics is here. We just put our birds to bed. Well, after he has a little bit of excitement and stuff, he'll probably get a little tired, and maybe I can get him to sit on the microphone again and take a little nap like he did last stream.
It was so cute.
You can just see him like his eyes were like closing, and then he'd open them back up, and then
yeah,
this is so cute.
So cute.
Yeah.
He's just the cutest little baby in the world. Marco's been a brat. Like, super brat. Little butthead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that time of the year, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it every time I order from you, my cart gets larger and larger? I don't like this.
Because our food is that good.
I just looked at the amount and I was like, holy cow.
Our food is that good, and you just keep adding more to it.
I know. Well, now I gotta try. No, I like this. Now I gotta try this one. Ugh, it's a trap.
Yep. But I mean, what's been interesting is that we've dealt with inflation for sure. Like, I look at our products and what they cost now versus even just a year ago. It's a pretty crazy difference, but every other like grocery store and stuff is pretty much caught up to us through their inflation. So our prices really aren't that bad. I mean, you still pay a little bit more for the whole convenience of it being brought right to your door.
Right.
But like, unlike DoorDash and things like that or whatever, we don't like incite for tips or anything like that.
Oh, god dang it. What's this lemon blueberry bliss ice cream all about? That sounds amazing.
Oh, it is pretty darn good. So it has pound cake bites in it, and it's got blueberry swirl, and it's lemon flavored ice cream. So it's it pretty much tastes like a lemon pound cake with blueberry sauce.
God damn it, Danny.
It is pretty darn good. I got some in my freezer right now. And see, that's how I sell things, people.
I have to take it off.
When you love your own product, it's really easy to sell it.
I think I'm going to skip the pot pies for now.
Lady Diane is here.
Lady Diane!
Speaking of selling products, another one of my customers.
I got to say, though, there better be lasagna in my order this time. I'll be mad at you personally.
Lasagna. Still don't have any lasagna right now.
It's so good.
I have a family size lasagna.
Oh.
And the family size is really good too.
Yeah, but like there's only 2 of us.
Yeah, so you eat, half of it, and then you store the other half, and then you have your other single serve later.
No, that's not how it works. You eat it until you feel like you're gonna explode.
Well, yeah, because lasagna is that darn good.
That's how
I ain't even gonna lie. I have
really
eaten an entire thing. Well, a lot of those meals I eat the entire thing myself. Like the blackened chicken Alfredo.
The pan meals, yeah.
If I get the chicken lo mein skillet meal, like I eat the whole thing.
That's why I go to categories, meals, single service, because I don't even want to look at the pan. I don't even want to look at them.
Yeah. I just
meant for work lunches.
Tacos. Video light. Don't forget to head over to my channel and like the video as well.
Yeah.
But
And same thing for me. For
definitely everybody that's already on, Gina's channel, yes, like that. Like the stream.
Hi,
Lady
Brandon.
Diane likes her ice cream. That's pretty much all she orders from us is ice cream.
Just ice cream.
She doesn't trust the other food.
It's probably because you guys rotate your flavors, so there's always something new to try.
Well, there's that, yeah. But yeah, she will sometimes order some fish too because we do have wild caught fish. But yeah, she doesn't trust our other food.
S'mores ice cream.
It's GMO stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Real goat. Oh, birria is goat? I didn't know that. I just read the word. I eat birria. I had no idea what it was. I made some venison tacos not too long ago, and I still got some ground venison meat in my freezer. I could always make some more.
I shouldn't be looking at the frozen desserts. I should not be looking at these.
Birria is a meat stew or soup traditionally made from goat meat, but occasionally made from beef, lamb, mutton, or chicken. Meat is marinated in an adobo made of vinegar, dried chilies, garlic, and herbs and spices before being cooked in a broth. That sounds freaking amazing.
It does.
It's freaking, oh, that sounds really, really good.
Why do you have so many freaking flavors? Oh, this freaking passion punch sherbet looks amazing.
It is. I have some of that in my freezer too.
Okay, I'm gonna stop looking at it. I'm gonna stop.
I hear gunshots or fireworks or both.
Yeah, it's that. It's that week. It's that weekend.
Yep. So, I have a problem when it comes to stealing trimmings from some of my customers.
Oh yeah.
Now, since I had no success with my valerian, I stole a piece of valerian from one of my customers.
Oh.
So we will see if I can get that to root. I think I already saw a couple little root nodes starting, but I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Sorbet is nasty. Yep.
Oh, I think he's talking about the fireworks / gunshots. Is what he hears also.
That was Lady Diane.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't read who the sender was.
She got the passion punch sherbet and she didn't like it. For some reason, the one that she got, and I think it was even the second time, because I think she tried it a second time even, it had like a metallic-y type taste to it or whatever, which
weird.
I'll admit, like I tried it at her house because one of the days that she ordered some stuff, actually the first couple times she ordered from me, she like made me lunch, and so she let me try the sherbet, and I'll admit it did kind of have a little bit of a metallic-y taste to it, but I don't know. I had kind of trouble tasting a lot of different stuff at the time, so I don't know. The Aquatic Morning Show is here.
Jess, hello.
What's up, Jess? Al Wet Sox is here too. Hello, Al.
Wet Sox. Who else is streaming right now? Is anybody else streaming?
I'm sure some people are streaming. There's lots of streams going on. It's Saturday night, July the 1st.
Night. Oh, Craig is going.
My youngest older sister. It's my youngest older sister's birthday today.
Aw.
She's 36.
It looks like Craig is going right now. Quick.
Craig Doniger or
Craig
Catfish Cave?
Oh, Jesus. Craig Catfish Cave.
Nice. That Nashville hot chicken doesn't let you taste anything. Yeah. Yeah, that like the oil and stuff in the sauce or whatever just like pretty much like coated my tongue, and I couldn't really taste much of anything. But man, that was a massive, like she made like a whole, like it was like a whole like 7 or 8 ounce chicken breast. No, probably bigger than that. It was like a 10 ounce chicken breast. And she just like fried the whole thing up and made like the traditional like Nashville hot chicken using the oil and all the little pepper seasonings and all that stuff.
Nice.
It was so good. But man, I can't believe I ate that whole sandwich too. It was huge. Freaking huge.
Huge. He streams every day. Yeah, I know. His streams are super chill.
Every day, huh?
Day.
Yeah. Can't do that.
Oh, I have a new thing that I bought this week. I actually just bought it. Not yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes, I did. I ran by Walgreens. I was at Walgreens unattended, so of course I had to impulse buy something. Nathan, after the delay, you should bring it in, so I could show everybody. I left it in the living room where Nathan is.
After the delay, you should bring it in.
After the delay, you should bring it in. Waiting. He'll be here shortly. Maybe. I haven't heard a groan of him getting up off the couch yet.
Oh,
unless he's not watching. How dare he? Richard Reynolds, hello again.
Hello again.
Oh, hello, baby girl. What you doing? What you doing? Are you my baby?
So, Richard, my those emerald rasboras or the dwarf emerald rasboras, whatever. I just love those little guys. They're so much fun, and I figured out how to feed them. The tank is small, and they're still a little skittish or whatever. So when I'm feeding them the nano pellets, I'm sticking like my fingers in the water and just kind of scattering them out, and so the pellets are falling. And some of them are catching them while the pellets are falling, but I'm dropping the pellets over the moss, and so the pellets are falling in the moss. And so they're smart enough to see the pellets in the moss, and they're kind of getting those, where the betta is getting the little pellets on the surface. So
I'm gonna go grab it. I'll be right back.
Fish Tropic Canada's here. Hey, are you dealing with any of those friggin' wildfires over there, Fish Tropic? I'm not sure where the wildfires are and where you are. I have been introducing some new people to your songs, Danny. I know you have been. That's been awesome. I've been seeing, some new comments here and there. I've been seeing new people popping in on the stream. So I appreciate that a lot. I'm glad you're still playing my songs over there. And I have been, a little disappointed with myself for not making another song in a while. But I want to make more. I want to make more songs, but I don't have the time that I used to have. I'm not like sitting there 24/7 dealing with like my tanks and working at a pet store and stuff anymore, to where like the inspiration and the writing of the songs is just like not popping in my head anymore. Dealing with fireworks right now, that's no fun. Well, or it could be fun.
Don't blow your fingers off. Thank you. Don't blow your fingers off.
Working full time is tough. Working extra time, like 60 hours a week, is even more tough. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I got a new Squishmallow.
So one of my friends has a purple one of those for their 4-year-old daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like helping him take some stuff out of storage, and we had found that, and oh my goodness, those are the softest things ever.
Yep. So it's my favorite color. It's green, right? It's green, right? It's a turtle.
Oh my goodness.
It's a turtle. And I was just like, okay, yep, you're coming home with me. This was my impulse buy of the week.
I think hers is like a big purple unicorn or something like that.
So,
I don't know what it is.
so I got one whenever they first like became a thing. Not before they got super popular, but I remember I was at Walgreens and yeah, I was just like, what is this big thing? And it's a big blue dinosaur called Danny. I think his name's Danny. Um, but yeah, I remember touching it and just being like, "Oh my god!" and just instantly hugged it. And it's the bigger version of the like this is the
Hmm.
medium, and it's larger than this one. And I remember just hugging it and just walking around Walgreens with it. And I remember a manager like went across the aisles and saw me and kind of gave me a weird look. And I'm like, I hugged it and now I can't let go. And he just laughed and kept walking. I'm like, this is mine now.
Yes, you hear birds.
Yes,
The one right here.
the little guy. Working full time is tough. It is.
I didn't say hi to you though, Bob Purcell. Great to see you,
Bob, hello, hello.
Bob.
Bob. Oh, and then I'm pet sitting for my bookkeeper coworker, and she gave me a pothos plant as a thank you.
Oh, that's a nice looking pothos.
Yeah, pothos. Sorry.
Pothos,
Yeah,
pothos. I don't know. I'm not correcting you. I don't know how to properly. I don't know what it is.
a this. She gave me a this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know where I want to put it. I think I might put it on the windowsill back there, so you can like see it and watch it. We can all watch it grow.
Yeah.
I need to repot it though, because it's got holes in the bottom. If I try to water it right now, water will get everywhere. So
So I have mine going all the way around the tank now.
maybe I'll have it like I'll like get some bobby pins or something, and or not bobby pins, thumbtacks or something. Put them in the wall so it'll like grow up the wall.
Well, if you don't disturb it and it naturally like goes towards the wall, sometimes it will more or less attach itself to the wall
Oh,
using
like it'll climb.
its air roots.
Oh,
But it can some like if you do pull it off, it might rip the paint off your wall too. At least in the little areas where it attaches.
that's fine.
But you can do that. I've done that before in certain areas, and actually you can see right up here. I got some that's kind of growing vertical, but it's growing up into the poster, so it's not gonna attach.
Yeah.
But in my kitchen, near a window in my kitchen, I have some that's kind of growing up the wall, and then at a certain point, it like detached again and started to fall over. So I have it supported by like my broom handle right now until it reattaches again.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but I'm just waiting for my house to be just taken over by plants.
I also got new makeup, but not everybody cares about that. I got the She Glam contour, liquid blush, and then what I'm wearing right now, it's a lip tint. But not everybody cares about the makeup.
George RB3 is here. Stephen White. Hola, everyone from sunny Seville.
Seville? Yeah, I don't know. Hi!
How is everyone?
Doing
I hope
okay?
everybody's good. I'm pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. I look forward to. I guess I can't really sleep in tomorrow because we have a barbecue to go to. One of my old coworkers from Petco. It's now become the yearly tradition to go to her house for 4th of July.
Nice.
She lives over by Target, and yeah, she's got a pool and a hot tub, and all of her neighbors like set off fireworks. So, oh, such a good bird. Okay, bye. Is he afraid of the Mountain Dew can? No? Okay. Maybe. Or just got the bird
I'm
zoomies.
thoroughly enjoying this.
Right?
I'm just watching myself like with him flying around, and just put my hand up and he just lands right back. It's perfect.
Got the bird
What's
zoomies.
cracking, vibes? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Vibes Aquatics. Man.
But yeah, do you have any plans for the 4th to celebrate?
I got a couple things. Tomorrow, doing a little bit of pre-celebration. Gonna wake up and do my normal City of Heroes gaming with some friends, and then whenever we're done with that, I'm gonna head over to their house, and then we'll do some barbecuing, and then I may do some karaoke after that. May not. May just hang over there because he recently got a new video game that we got yesterday when I was over at his house. He had like $100 to spend, so he got the new baseball game. What is it, like MLB The Show 23? And
Sure.
he had like $30 left, and so there's this one game called Medieval Dynasty, and I think it's available on PC and stuff too. But we just started playing it, and it's pretty interesting. It's like it's kind of like, I don't know. Have you ever played Ark Survival Evolved?
Mm-mm.
Or okay, so it's a survival game. So you start with basically nothing except like the clothes on your back.
Yeah, I think I've seen gameplay of it, but I've never played it myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So with this game, Medieval Dynasty, you are like the only survivor from this like tragic event or whatever. All your family's dead, and you basically have nothing except the clothes on your back. And so you can travel to a town, and while you're on the way there, like you can like collect some rocks and sticks and stuff like that and build like an axe and start collecting things or whatever. But the point of it is, there are like little like missions and stuff that you can do. There's little quests, which is kind of cool. There's NPCs, which is different from like what Ark and other like survival games and stuff that I've played. But I guess the general point of the game is to, just level up and eventually like build a town and start your own dynasty again in the medieval times. But what makes it really cool is it's unlike other survival games that I've played that have been kind of based off of zombies or dinosaurs or whatever, fantasy-based sort of things. This is actually like hyper realistic in the fact of like there's actual plants and mushrooms and things that I'm finding that actually exist in the real world.
Right.
And like the plants that I'm using to create medicines are actual plants that they use to create medicines in the medieval times and things like that. So it's really interesting to play a game like that. And even though we like just got started, you only have one life. So like if you stupidly run up on a bear or something like that and you get killed, like game over. You gotta hit new game again and start from the very beginning. So
you start over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless you save. Like you can create save points. But
okay.
When I first started, I was kind of running around and I didn't save, and I ran up on a badger. And so I started poking it with my spear, but it wasn't enough and it killed me. And so, it was like game over. And I was like, oh shit. Like, yeah.
Get in the pond if you're going to be a silly goose.
You only have, well, see, that's the thing.
Only one.
I didn't say wife, but you can at least get one wife. You might be able to get more, but that's kind of part of the game too, is getting a wife and starting a family and having kids and literally building an entire town and all that and
Mm-hmm.
you can like hire workers to work in your buildings and different things. So I'm pretty excited to get further into it. And the fact that it's only $30, like it's not bad. And it's only like 4.4 gigabytes or something like that too. It's not a
That's
very
not bad.
big game because they save a lot of like space by not having extravagant cutscenes. They just show a little like cartoony like screenshot sort of
Yeah, like
cutscene
still
at the
art.
beginning, and that's it. Then you're in the world, and the map is decent size. The graphics aren't extravagant, but they're not bad either.
You never poke a badger.
Never poke the rabbit badger. Exactly. So yeah, it
That's funny.
definitely
Yeah, that
seems like
sounds
it's
fun.
gonna be a pretty good game.
That sounds like fun.
And
What's
I
it called again?
pre-ordered. It's called Medieval Dynasty,
Medieval Dynasty.
and
Oh, it's on pre-order.
well, no, I was gonna say I pre-ordered Starfield as well. That's gonna come
Oh,
out in the beginning of September, and that's the newest Bethesda game, which are the creators of Skyrim and Fallout, and I think they do Mass Effect too, don't they? No, that's somebody else. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be freaking awesome because you're gonna like be able to explore space and discover planets and stuff like that. And it's like an actual like single player game with like stories and a campaign. So
oh, it is on Steam. I just can't spell medieval.
yeah, medieval. Uh, medieval. Uh, man.
Oh, I was on library. Silly me.
Hmm.
There it is. Yeah, it's only $22.74 on Steam.
Right? That's how you spell it, right?
M
You
E
see
D
it in
I
chat.
E V A L. Yeah.
Medievel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on sale right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's on
Ooh.
Steam. Yeah, yeah. Because I said I think it was a PC game too. Yeah.
I may have to look into that and minimize that. I don't need another game. My life is still being taken up by freaking Zelda.
Yeah. Now the next game that I'm just super excited to put all my time into is definitely Starfield
Yeah.
because that's gonna be crazy awesome.
I'm to
I
the
love
point.
Bethesda and their games and their gameplay and just how it all works and how like choices actually do make a difference in the game and all that. So yeah, I'm really excited to have them like making a space game. This is basically going to be the No Man's Sky that we didn't get with No Man's Sky.
Right.
Unfortunately for those PlayStation people, though, they're not going to get to play Starfield because it's an Xbox exclusive.
Dee Dee. Um.
Dee Dee's
Yeah,
Findin'.
in Zelda, I'm to the point where I can go fight the final boss, but I'm like, no, because when I fight the final boss in a game, the game's over. Like, there's no like going back to right before you fight him and going doing side quests. No, the game is over. I saved Hyrule.
Really?
It's over. That's just how my brain works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you can. Yeah, no, it's absolutely a thing. But just my brain works by like, nope, I killed Ganon. Game's over. You saved Hyrule. Game's over.
Yeah. That's kind of how I am too with a lot of different games. Once you finish the campaign, like, all right, that's it.
Yep, I'm done. Gina, do you have a reef tank? I do, and it looks terrible right now, so I'm not gonna show it. But yes, I do. I have a 40 breeder reef tank.
I would hope she has a reef tank. Her name is Gina's Reef.
Yeah.
How would she have a reef without having a reef tank?
Lady Diane says I only play farming games. Do you play Stardew Valley? That's another good one that sucked my life. That was like the obsession for a few weeks.
Farming
He's
game.
here. Oh, my sister's calling me. Should we talk to my sister live? Probably not.
When she says farming games, she means like quite literal farming games,
Like
where
Farm
you grow
Simulator?
carrots. Yeah, like farming simulator game, but not like farming simulator. There's another one that she's playing that's on her phone that is more or less like that, but it's kind of cartoony, cutesy, or whatever. But yeah, she like grows carrots, raises cows, stuff like that. It's literal farming.
I think she said yes, playing that now. Stardew Valley? Because that's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what it was called.
I love it. It's so good. It's the same for me, Gina. I need to be at 99% completion before heading to the boss on a really good game. Yes, exactly. So
Yeah,
they luckily have like a log for like all the main quests, side quests, and then you have to find like these shrines, which are like warp points, shrine quests, because some of them you have to like unlock. You have to go through like a little puzzle thing to even make it a thing. Um, but yeah, no, my sister just texted me. Apparently, she asked, "Do y'all have power? Lines are down on St. Catherine." I was like, "No, I still got power. In fact, I'm streaming right now." She said, "Unacceptable. I should be your number one besides Nathan and Kane. I will let it pass this time, though."
Farmville's still a thing. I'm sure Farmville is still a thing.
Farmville or Stardew isn't really a farming game in the end. I hate fighting anything. Yeah, in the mines you do have to go fight monsters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the worst part about some of these different games is when you have to fight stuff.
There are still a few monsters in Zelda that I avoid at all costs because they're still scary.
Yeah,
Or they need very specific, like you need a good amount of bombs in order to beat it. And a lot of times I come across those monsters and I only have like 5 bombs. And I'm like, well, nope, going this way.
yep. Gosh, but on that game that I was talking about, Ark Survival
Mhm.
Evolved, that was like a dinosaur survival game, and so like you'd think you'd be all good and different stuff like that, and you just be walking and exploring through the forest, and next thing you just hear these
Right, something
footsteps
running.
just running up behind you. You'd turn around and you'd be face to face with a velociraptor and you'd be dead. It's like, son of a bitch.
No, I wouldn't be able to handle that. Oh my god.
But yeah, like sometimes, like it literally like made me jump. Like I just get attacked by those things, and they just come out of nowhere.
Um,
It would have been easier had I not thrown away my sword in the beginning of the game. You know,
yeah.
even as a farmer, you can't always be a pacifist. Better to carry a big stick and not need one than to need a big stick and not have one.
Another good farming RPG type game, town building type of thing is like Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons. Those are also really good ones.
Hmm.
I think those are mostly on Nintendo. I don't know. Is it on Steam? I don't know what Lady Diane plays on besides her phone.
That's it, just your
Oh,
phone.
just her phone? Never mind then. I don't think Story of Seasons or Harvest Moon have mobile games. I don't know. Let's see. There's my phone. Play. Whoops. Not maps. Get out of here. Play
When I
store.
was at karaoke on Thursday, another friend of mine came along with me, and she asked me if I had ever played the game Among Us. And I was like, no, I've never played, but I've like seen stuff about it or whatever. And she was like sitting there playing on her phone, and I was kind of watching her play it. Next thing I know, she's like handing her phone over to me, and I'm playing friggin' Among Us. And
Yep.
I I just kept playing, like it just kept going or whatever. I just had so much fun playing that or whatever, and I was gonna download it on my phone, but I don't have enough space on there. It's stupid.
Yeah.
You can't put apps on the memory card that have to, like, at least on my phone, I have to load the apps directly on the phone's memory,
Mhm.
and I cheaped out and didn't buy a phone with a lot of memory because I'm like, I'll just put a big memory card in there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always work like that for some stupid reason.
Yes, a lot of phones nowadays, like, yeah, they don't take like an additional SD card like they used to.
Well, like I said, this one takes an additional SD card,
Oh,
but I have like,
my bad.
I think like 32 gigabytes on the phone, and then I have like an additional like 32 gigs on the SD card. My
Mhm.
SD card is pretty much just like pictures and videos, and like all the other everything else, like more or less has to be loaded on the phone's memory because that's just the
Oh,
way that it's required. All the
dumb.
system stuff, all the apps, and so it's just like it's stupid. So I
Lame.
I can't even like have I've deleted like so many different apps because I'm tired of the little stupid notification popping up. Storage space is running out. I'm like,
Yep.
it's like, shut up! I know it's running out. I ain't changing anything.
Lady Diane says I beat up. Oh yeah, sorry. We'll do Chris first. Waiting for Starfield as well. I'll need to check out Medieval Survival before then.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out too.
medieval dynasty.
Dynasty. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I beat up blob things with my scythe. It was bad. Oh no, she has a Switch too. Yeah, so Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons. So they used to be just Harvest Moon, and then I guess there was like some disagreement or change in like conflict of interest or whatever, or what direction they wanted to take. So they kind of branched off. So they're very similar styles to each other, but they are a little different.
she does have the Switch.
A Switch, yes.
But yep, I was gonna download Among Us like a freaking Gen Z teenager, but
Oh my god, my nephew was obsessed with Among Us. He would actually be playing on his Switch and on his phone at the same time. And I'm like, how are you
he'd be
doing
teaming
this?
up on himself or
Oh
something
my
probably.
god.
He'd be
It was
sitting there covering like,
crazy.
no, it's definitely not blue, as he's blue
Right,
killing
right.
people.
Played Harvest Moon on PlayStation. Yes, I forgot that they were also on PlayStation too. But yeah, um, it's on the Switch too. I actually kind of prefer Story of Seasons. I don't know why. I
Yeah,
can't give you reasons why. I just do.
standing at both.
Do. Nice.
Nice.
3G. Hello, hello.
See, I've always kind of thought about getting a Nintendo Switch just because it would be fun to be able to take Skyrim everywhere.
Yeah.
But
Do you think you would ever play it on your TV, or would you only be playing it handheld?
well, as far as the Switch goes, I'd probably always be keeping it handheld because any game that I want to put on the TV, I just put on my Xbox
Right.
because of the graphic capabilities anyway.
Right. We're progressive boomers.
No, you're hippies.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. But no, because like I never play my Switch on my TV. I kind of wish I had gotten a Switch Lite. Just because like in Zelda, um, and a couple other games have this function too. Like when I draw my bow and arrow, I can actually move my Switch to help do the fine tune aim, and it
Yeah,
really helps out a lot. My aim sucks if I'm just using like a controller, but just having that little aim assist thing, oh,
yeah,
it's so nice.
yeah. I remember doing something like that on the Wii U.
Mhm.
Uh, because I think my sister had that for her kids or whatever was the Wii U, and yeah, there was some like archery game or something on there where yeah you could fine tune using the movement, and it's like wow
Mhm.
that's crazy.
It's really cool. Although I haven't tested it in the car, but I thought about it, thinking about going to the Keystone Clash. I'm like, if I'm trying to play Zelda in the car, since the car is moving, is that gonna mess with that function? Because I'll be so pissed if I'm trying to fight something and it's just my camera's just going like this way, like
Oh,
keeps swirling to the side. I'll be so mad.
I don't know. It might be able to sense your general constant movement forward or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Lady Diane doesn't even own a TV.
Oh.
which is like good for her.
Yeah.
I own a TV, but I don't like watch any TV on it.
Mm-hmm.
I just use it to have my Xbox. I used to have my computer connected to it as well until we moved into my fish room here, and I mainly just still with my TV. It's only for my Xbox, or it's a smart TV, so I can just put it directly on YouTube and put a video on for my parakeets out there, and then they can listen to stuff throughout the day to keep them happy.
Right. I thought about bringing my Switch dock into here and maybe trying to play it on this TV,
Yeah.
but I'm happy with it. But anyway, so yeah, if you don't plan on ever playing it on TV, then yeah, you can just get a Switch Lite, which is a little bit cheaper than a regular Switch that docks to the TV. I have YouTube.
Yeah, and that's totally true. There was a period of time though, like when when the pandemic was going on, and pretty much all of us were just sitting at home on YouTube all the time. I had the live stream going on the television as I'm like laying on the couch and using the live chat on my phone.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was great.
Sharkfin, hello.
Sharkfin, ooh ha ha. Hi, y'all.
What's up? I had one regular customer.
Your gameplay. You talking to me or Gina?
So the thing with streaming through a Switch is that you need a separate capture card. You can't just plug the Switch into a computer and just stream it. You need like this thing in between, and it's stupid.
That, and then you also need to get your OBS set up where you can, have like your stream projected on the screen and have yourself as the little bitty person on the side or whatever.
I've actually thought about. I don't think I'd ever be able to stream gameplay because my ADD won't allow it. I will not interact with chat at all. Yeah. But I've thought about recording myself playing games and uploading videos like that.
Way.
However we say it.
Way away from here. Jimmy Eat World. No.
Sharkfin soup.
Yep.
But yeah, I've thought about doing that, and then that way, like, if I'm ever like farming for items or something, I can just like fast forward through all that.
See, this is what you do: is you just record all your gameplay, and then you record yourself acting like you're playing it again.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
And then just be paying attention to chat more.
Yep.
Oh my gosh!
No, and then you just create a video of like,
right.
It's like you're playing live, but you're not.
That's
actually.
That's so much work.
I know, right?
That's so much work.
Yeah.
And it'll also be lying, and I don't like to lie. Yeah. I would call myself out so many times, like, wait, did I go here first? No, I went here. I mean, yeah, we're gonna go. Oh, I remember this. I mean, this is the first time I'm doing this. What are you talking about?
Yep. And see, like, I've heard from different like game streamers and stuff like that too, that a lot of the times, like, it takes them so much longer to do things while they're like than it would if they were just like playing the game or whatever.
Yep. And I also just won't be able to do much commentary because I'm just in the game.
Well, see, yeah, that's me. Like, when video gaming is like, it's a way, it's like an escape for me or whatever. I don't want to be like trying to pay attention to what's going on in chat or anything like that. I just want to play my game and get
Yeah.
immersed in my game. And I totally understand how it is entertaining to watch other people play sometimes. It depends on the game. And that's what I was even saying to my friend last night when we were looking at games, which game to buy or whatever. It was like some of these like games, these like city builder games, um, they're a lot of fun to play, but they're no fun to watch.
Right.
Like some of those city builder games, it's cool if you want to like walk away and then like come up and like, hey, look at this crazy city that I built, and you're like, wow, yeah, that's an insane city, cool layout, I like this bridge over here, whatever. But yeah, it's no fun to just sit there and watch somebody build a city and do all that stuff. Like Sims is one of those games. It's boring to watch somebody else play Sims,
Yep.
but it's fun to play Sims.
Agreed.
But like some of those first-person shooter games, those horror games, things like that, some of those games you don't really want to sit there and play yourself because the gameplay itself doesn't really interest you in like actually playing, but
Or like
watching the
me,
cinematics of it and stuff is really cool.
or if you're somebody like me who's too big of a baby who can't play those scary games because it would give me a literal panic attack.
Yep. Yep.
Like Subnautica. Oh my gosh, I watched
Oh, I
Markiplier.
love
I
that
watched
game.
Jacksepticeye play it, and finally it came out full version and it was on sale, and so Nathan was like, "Yeah, let's buy it." We bought it. I did not leave that first little reef area because I was just scared.
Oh yeah.
I was so even though I knew where everything was, I knew what to do, I knew like what was out there, I knew everything about the game. I was just scared. I didn't want to do it. I like survival games. I enjoy watching those. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Subnautica is like it's kind of like Ark Survival Evolved, but instead of being on a giant dinosaur planet or whatever, you're
In
in
an alien ocean.
alien water planet.
Alien ocean.
But man, like I was the same. Like I got that still in like uh game demo. I was in
Hmm.
beta testing on that game, and I guess alpha testing more. And man, that game was
It's a cool
crazy.
game.
It was really, really cool. But when I was playing it at first, like there was so many different glitches and stuff in it that it's like there
Hmm.
was certain areas that you just couldn't get to.
Yeah,
And
they weren't fully patched in yet.
one of the things that really annoyed me, so there was this piece that you had to build for your submarine in order to upgrade it so that
Hmm.
it could go into the deeper areas of the ocean without imploding. So you had to build the what was it called, the
The depth module.
submarine docking station.
Oh, the
And
docking
once you
station.
have the
Yep.
docking station, you can apply all the upgrades and stuff and upgrade your submarine in the docking
Or
station.
modification station. Right?
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
The modification station, yeah. So you had to be able to build that. Well, one of the parts that you needed to build for the modification station was too deep for your submarine to go to, and if it was too deep for your submarine, that means it's way too deep for you to like swim down without the submarine. So it was like there was no way to build the modification station
Yep.
because you needed the
Yep.
modification station in order to get the part to build the modification station.
Hmm.
Oh man. And then yeah, a lot of the alien monsters weren't there. I would just swim for miles and like not see anything.
Yeah. Lady Diane says, I need the new Katamari. I'm good at rolling. I never played that game. That's one I just never. It's not that I chose not to. I don't know. I just never. Never played it.
Katamari.
It's that you essentially like start out with one piece and you roll things together, and I think the premise is like you're building a new planet by rolling and gathering things to make a giant sphere.
Big snowball thing.
Yeah. But like of random objects, I think. I don't know. Like I
I
said, I've
think
never
I've
played it.
seen that before.
Lady Diana's shook that I never played it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
offended.
That is very cutesy.
Yes, it is a very cute game. I think a lot of people Steven! I think a lot of people are asking for a new Zelda game like after Tears of the Kingdom, but not have a main plot. It's literally Link and Zelda going through Hyrule and like fixing everything after the disaster that happened. And I'm
Hmm.
like, so like just full of side quests. She goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "That would be amazing because yes, like more than half of that game is side quests."
Hmm. Yeah. Same with
Very
like Fable
cinematic.
and all that.
Yeah. Lady Diana says
Fable
yes, and
4 is going to be coming out too.
in the end, it's so big it turns into a planet. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'd play a Link sim. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where it's you and Zelda just going around, fixing everybody's problems, rebuilding things.
That sounds expensive.
I would play it. No, it'd be the same base as Tears of the Kingdom. It'd just be side quests. It just wouldn't
No,
have a
I'm
main
saying
plot.
like for Zelda and Link
Oh
fixing
yeah,
everybody's problems. That
right.
sounds expensive.
It is expensive.
There's an old game called This War of Mine. Is about civilians trying to survive a war zone. I really want to play that again. It's the kind of game where you have to make some
Oh,
tough choices too. Yeah,
oh, controversial.
choices to survive. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those kind of games are fun.
Or
But
depends,
yeah,
like you get different endings and stuff, or different
like
timelines.
there was this one game that we were looking at that I don't remember what it was called, but it was something kind of like that where like the game, most of the gameplay looked really dumb, which is why we didn't get it. But yeah, there was like these choices like with the spaceship or whatever. Like it was the Star Trek Resurgence game. It newer, but it's kind of old now. But it was a Star Trek game, and like you had to make these choices, and like one of the choices was save your friend or finish the mission. And so it's just like, oh yeah, that's those are crazy decisions. Me no fight, me only plant and harvest and roll things up.
Yep, story of seasons and
Sometimes all
harvest
three in one.
right?
You plant and then you harvest your plant and then you roll things out of that harvest.
I thought there was another one that I played and I don't remember. I don't know. I have to look it up all my games and see. It's probably just Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons.
I've also played a little bit of Diablo 4. That's come out recently.
I never played Diablo 8 either.
Those were always fun games. At first I didn't quite like it, but then when I think it was while I was in Iraq, like we all had Diablo 2, and we were like doing like a local area player, like all on our laptops and stuff, playing Diablo 2 together with a big old team. And so that really got me into it, and it was a lot of fun. And then Diablo 3 came out, and we all played Diablo 3 together while we were there. And then Diablo 4 recently came out, and I was over at a friend's house, and he was playing it on his Xbox, and I was like, wow, that looks really good. The graphics were incredible and all that. The only thing I never really liked about Diablo is that you're like, once you pick your character class, like you're stuck with that, and you have very limited abilities within each class. and so like there's not any sort of like I don't know, once you pick barbarian, you can't decide to start using a bow and arrow later on. You're
Aw.
stuck with a big old hammer, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
so,
There wasn't any like secondary classes that you could cross it over with.
right? Yeah. So it's like you pick with this new one. I think it's like you have like sorcerer, druid, barbarian, and like rogue. And I think there's also necromancer too now. But
Nice.
yeah, so some really interesting stuff. But the thing I have always loved about Diablo, though, is they put a lot of effort into the story and the cinematics. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just an incredibly beautiful game story wise, and the graphics that they put into the cinematics, like they can't put that all into the gameplay, but wow, they've always just wow, dude, come on, right in my
Right?
ear.
He's like, what? Earlier, when you put your finger up to him, he looked at your finger with so much sass, right? He's like, excuse me, get that out. Yeah, that. Get that out of my face.
Well, you can't really see it because it's far away. I was actually like pushing back on his face.
Right. Oh, okay.
He's not pulling back.
I
I'm
say, I
pushing
thought
his
he was
face.
like, get out of my face. Kenny! Hello, hello. We're just talking Vigimo games.
But this is something that I would never suggest anybody do to a bird that's not yours.
I can't even do that to my bird. She would bite the ever living crap out of me.
Yeah, yeah. He used to kind of nibble a little bit, and if he's there has an attitude, he'll bite me. But most of the time, he just sits there and like flicks his beak at my finger.
Mm-hmm. That's cute.
ABC Aquatic Biotope Creations is here.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm excited
Man,
for this barbecue tomorrow to see my old
yes.
coworker.
I just hope that it doesn't like pour rain again tomorrow.
Oh my god, it was so loud. Oh, the lights flickered at work. Did I mention that already? I don't think I
I don't.
did.
I don't think we mentioned that during the stream. I think that was while we were backstage.
Oh,
That we
yeah.
talked about like the power going out and different
Oh, because
stuff.
yeah, I was running late because yeah, it messed up the time clock. It signed it out, and I don't know what the login is, so we just wrote a note what time we left so the boss can fix it either tomorrow or Monday. But yeah, the power flickered twice, and of course there were people in the store. And we were mid transaction, like trying to finish up a transaction, and it just boom, like enough to like shut everything off. So I'm like, oh, so the credit card machine, I can ring out people on my through Shopify on my phone, so that wasn't an issue. But we don't run credit cards through that. We have a third party credit card machine, so that went down. Had to wait for that to reconnect, and then right as soon as he was like about to tap his card, the power flickered again. I was like,
Oh,
dang it! I'm like, that's it. Elena, call the boss and see if we can just temporarily these few times just run the card through Shopify. And she's like, no, we'll try it one more time, and if it does it again, then I'll call him. I'm like, okay, and it stayed on, so
nice.
we were able to get those like 3 people, checked out and everything.
Yeah.
But it was scary because it got dark. Because it was too quick for the emergency light to turn on the exit signs. So it just was like pitch black for a second. I'm just like, oh, it's dark.
Battery backup.
Battery backups, yep. Well, it was funny because one of the customer who I was trying to ring out, he goes, "You guys don't have a backup generator?" And Elena goes, Yeah, I wonder why we don't have a backup generator. And I just looked at Elena. I'm like, Elena, we don't even have protein skimmers. She just laughed.
Yeah,
She just laughed so hard. She's like, "Oh my god, that's the best comeback ever.
yeah,
We don't even have protein skimmers."
yeah, yeah. It seems like
uh,
every job I work at, like, yeah, there's always something like that or whatever. It's like,
yep.
why don't we do that? It's like, I'm always, my thing that I always end up saying is like, because that would be the intelligent thing
Yep.
to do.
Yep.
Just got the last of the substrate out of the 125. My armpits sure are sure. Yeah, reaching down and getting, yeah. You're, I'm sure your arms aren't the longest there, Dee Dee. You were probably having a real hard time in there. Plus the ladies getting in the way.
Yeah. Oh, but Nano, the USB backup battery wouldn't work for the credit card machine because it's the internet that went down too. Um, when the
Yeah.
power went out, the internet went out, and that's how it runs the cards. We have an Ethernet, so it's not Wi-Fi. We have an Ethernet straight to the machine. But yeah, when the internet goes out, then you can't run it.
Yeah, I had the same sort of issue when I was clocking out today at work. I was able to like clock out fine on my device. It was connected to the network. I was able to send my sales and everything. But for some reason our printer had gotten like disconnected from the network, and I don't know, I guess nobody that was there at the time knew how to get it reconnected or had access to the computer or something to do it. So
Yeah.
we more or less just had to leave without printing off our paperwork. And they can print it off in the future.
Well, we need to set up credit card running processing through Shopify soon anyway, because that's how I'm going to be taking credit cards at the Clash. So we need to figure that out anyway. And I thought that would have probably been a good time to try it, but
Face blue smiling hello, Cave of Wonders.
you can plug the modem into the battery. Oh my gosh, Nano, you're so smart. I would never even have thought of that.
Yep. I don't know what was quite going on today at my house though. Like at one point when it had just started pouring rain and stuff, I was close enough to my house where I stopped and you was gonna use the bathroom and different stuff like that. And my TV, like, it was like none of the other power was flickering or anything, but then all of a sudden like my TV just like turned off and like turned itself back on. I'm like, well, what was that? And so I kept trying to pull YouTube back up on there to get more sounds to play for the birds before I was leaving, and it just like kept doing that or whatever. And so I was like, well, there must be like an internet issue or something.
Right.
Because it's a smart TV. Sometimes if it like is having trouble connecting to the network, it'll like turn itself off and turn itself back on to try and connect to the network.
Yeah. Oh, and she was up on a ladder too. No bueno.
Up on a ladder. No ladder tanks here. Oh man. Today when I was at one of my stops, I saw signs for a garage sale, and I was driving by kind of slow, looking at what they have, and they like waved at me, and I waved back, and I looked, and I think they had like it was like a 40-gallon hex tank.
Oh,
I almost stopped.
you thought about it.
I couldn't have fit the whole thing in like the cab of my truck.
I was gonna say, would it fit in the passenger seat?
If it would have been the passenger seat with the tank and the stand, I probably would have been driving that back to
You can
work
make your
with
own
me.
stand.
Yeah, and it had the stand and everything. Like I was like, all right, I finally got like a centerpiece tank.
Right. That that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
And it was loud. That storm was loud.
Dang it. Never leave a hex.
hex.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, no, it was like seriously like the same exact hex tank that you have, Diane.
Oh.
Like that light colored wood stand and a hex tank, probably like a 40-gallon or so. About 2 years ago, I literally made $200 in 1 hour just by putting battery backups on credit card devices and modem for a restaurant.
No, I'll have to talk to my boss about that. Because I was telling him about how in the past we had this conversation, but how at Petco, if the power goes out, Petco stays open. It's policy that you stay open. A manager is stationed at the register, and however many extra employees you have determines how many customers are allowed in the store. So one has to station at the door to be in charge of the door, and then say you have like one other, so there's 3 people total, manager and 2 employees. One's at the door. The other one has to walk one customer through the store with a flashlight, write down the SKU and the price of the item, and then once the customer is done, they pass that off to the manager, and then they go get the next customer to bring in. But yeah, it's a nightmare. And then the manager has to ring them out via calculator, and then cash only. It's a nightmare. I've had to do it 3 times in my Petco career. It is not fun.
Well, we just closed whenever the power went out.
I wish we did.
But we had to stay there.
In case it came back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until it came back on.
Oh.
I guess after like several hours or whatever, we were maybe able to leave, but then like we had to assign people to like come back and check on the animals or take some of the animals home, different things like that, you know?
Yeah. Reminder to never go to a Petco during outages. Yeah. It's so bad. Yep. And it's bad because like when the power goes out, you usually have a store full of people. And like it's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
People are looking at you like, all right, bring me out. And I'm like, really? I have to go through and I have to send somebody to go get all those SKUs and prices and Yeah.
Yeah. That's no fun.
No.
I'm glad I never had to do that.
But yeah, no, if he gets a battery backup for the modem and the credit card machine, then yeah, we'd still be able to. Because like I said, I can have the Shopify point of sale app on my phone. I can just use my phone to ring people out. Well, honestly, and the iPad.
I'm a little surprised that he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, I know like we made the joke, you made the joke earlier about you don't even have protein skimmers and stuff, but even so, it's like knowing Damon, like I'm a little surprised that he hasn't like protected his investment with a backup generator.
Yeah.
I mean, the power goes out for several hours, like that is like tens of thousands of dollars.
Well, I think in the past he says that that's why they keep like a gallon jug of hydrogen peroxide on hand.
Yeah, and I know that can help with oxygenation and stuff like that, and that's great. But you can only do that so long.
Yeah, you can mess up a tank by either overdosing or using it too often.
I mean, you can really just only add so much too. Like once you've gotten to the point that you're entering, like you're adding gallons of, hydrogen peroxide to your system, like, that's, you got more serious problems coming. Like, it's not harmful in like small doses is like an algicide and to help keep oxygen up, but the same way as adding like too much RO water or anything like that, it's going to cause lots of different issues as it, sucks the oxygen out of the cells of the other water and stuff like that.
FYI, those batteries only last for about 30 minutes to an hour. It is just for when lights are going in and out, and that stuff gets damaged. Replacing it will be costly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can always get like a big old diesel generator too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the battery backups,
that'd be good for just clear. Like I said, if you have a store full of people and the lights go out, then it'd be enough to at least just clear out who is currently in the store.
We had at Pet Supplies Plus, we had battery backups for the computers, and that was to like help prevent little surges, the little surges and stuff from frying the computers mainly. and so that's pretty much all that they were for. But then, yeah, sometimes those battery backups would go out, and that would cause issues in themselves.
Yep.
But yeah, I was just more even talking about like I'm just surprised he doesn't have a big like diesel generator or anything like that to just.
I think it's because it doesn't happen often enough. He
Well,
can't
yeah,
really justify it.
yeah, and I guess that's true. It's just one of those things that it's like, yeah, I don't want to invest that, and then, but then eventually, something might happen.
Yeah.
Hope not.
Hope not.
Are you making yourself look all pretty? Do you want help with the feather? Or do you just want to
Oh.
keep getting up on my hand? Can I rub your face? No.
Yeah, I rub your face now. It's give and take, Danny. It's give and take. You rub his face, he rubs your face.
Oh,
Oh, oh, sassy.
get it.
Yeah, I'll have to. Well, I first need to look up some because he's gonna ask, well, how much do those cost? He'll expect me to have already like done all the homework whenever I
Yeah.
present ideas like that. I'm like, I don't freaking know. We'll go look it up.
Yeah. So let's see. Battery backup.
USB battery backup. Go to Amazon.
So the UPS battery backup was yes, they're like $55 to get the one that he was it Nano Aquarium guy mentioned is
Yeah.
the UPS battery backup. They have bigger ones. They even got more extravagant ones or whatever that you don't necessarily need.
Or
But yeah,
Walmart. I
Harbor
made the
Freight
store.
Tours Predator 3500 watt super quiet inverter generator with CO secure technology. $900.
Right.
But
I will
that
be.
would be good from the store.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay. Bleep bloop. You guys can't see what he's doing. He's like foraging through my hair. I'm back. Well, good for you. That's great. Good to see you again, MB Reef. Boom. Man, wish I had more time sometimes to just work on things. And I wish it wasn't so hot every time I do get the opportunity to work on things. Because, yeah, it's like now, it's like my yard has been uh, kind of neglected. It's starting to get pretty long. I need to mow my lawn, but it like just poured a whole bunch of rain today. And so I probably won't be able to really mow it tomorrow if it's still like wet and stuff. So I'm gonna have to push it to Tuesday and hope that Tuesday's all right. Or one of these days I'm just gonna have to come home from work and mow my lawn after work.
Ugh. That's no fun.
Yeah, it's just too dang hot. I ain't gonna do it while it's in the middle of the day. What is
All
the
right, I'm back.
status of my pond, Danny? It is a giant hole in the ground.
It's probably got a few inches of water.
Oh yeah. I forgot to go outside and take a picture of it. It was probably full of water with how much rain we got.
Yeah.
But I've been meaning to take a video of it. Well, I mean to make a video because I have plenty of videos. That's pretty much what the pond's looking like right now.
Looks like a hole
So
in the ground.
you can see back here is where my tiny pond used to be, and then all the extra space is what I've added to it. I need to make it a little bit wider still. Okay. So,
Lady
because
Rorschach,
I
hello.
after looking at a lot more natural ponds and the way other people have been making their ponds and stuff, I made my walls a little too drastic. Like I want the walls to be a little drastic to kind of help prevent against some of the predators and stuff. But if I make it too drastic, then I'm gonna need a lot more rocks to escape with, and I'm gonna be basically filling in a whole lot more space using rocks just to get it to stack back up tall enough.
Yeah.
So, because I really want to have a natural looking pond. The old pond that I had, it used to just it was like a ring of rocks, but then inside it was just black. Like it was a black liner. There was nothing in there. There was some plants, but it was just black liner. So it was hard to see the fish when they swam down and stuff like that.
Right.
Whereas I with this one, I live close enough to the river, and there's a whole bunch of rocks and stuff down there, and driftwood and all that stuff too. So I'm more or less I want to cover up the liner completely, and I want it to look like a natural rock pond. I've been collecting a bunch of sand and substrate from old fish tanks and keeping it wet and ready to go to basically like instantly cycle it and have a bunch of like base. And then I'll probably go out and buy a bunch of like pool filter sand and stuff like that too to add more sand to it. And then just get a whole bunch of rocks. And I got, river pebbles, and I'm going to have all different sizes of rocks in there. I'm going to try to collect a couple big rocks too, and maybe a nice big piece of wood that I can find in like the river down there. Find
Yeah.
some way to drive it back to the house without completely ruining my car while also trying to keep the wood wet. I don't know.
I have a van.
Yeah. I mean, my back seat goes down, so as long as I get a piece of wood that's small enough to like fit in a big old Tupperware container,
Yeah.
it should be
I have a big
fine.
45-gallon tote that you could borrow that I'm not
Yeah,
using. Yeah.
there we go. That should work.
There's a nice big piece of wood at work right now. We ordered a bunch of driftwood for a freshwater tank install, a 300-gallon freshwater tank
Nice.
install. And there's this really
Yeah.
gorgeous piece. And my whatever we didn't use, we actually sent back to our distributor and got credit back for it. Well, my coworker couldn't let this one piece go. And my boss the other day, he goes, "Tell Frank thanks a lot for keeping that cool piece of wood so it could sit back in the back of the store where nobody sees it." And I was like, "Well, I mean, it is a really cool piece of wood, but yeah, because all the wet wood and hers, little struggle, man."
Oh man.
uh,
Yeah.
but but yeah, no, it's gonna be an expensive piece of wood, but it is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, see that's the main thing is like I'm talking about a piece of wood that's gonna be like 4 foot long, have,
Oh yeah, it's not this piece.
maybe have like a few branches off of it, but I want just like really just like a big 4 foot long log to
Hmm.
just more or less be like an underwater bridge.
How much driftwood is in that area? Lots.
Hell, yeah,
Lots.
like I collected some already, um, but ended up not using it, and so it's like kind of sitting out in my backyard right now. And so I will be using it in the pond, like some small pieces of wood and stuff like that. But yeah, I want to get like a nice big piece of wood to that go across, but still be underwater. That way, I don't just attract a whole bunch of like hawks and stuff with like the perfect ledge.
Yeah, we have rivers all over. I was gonna say we have so much wood in the area that I always lose at least 2 lures every time I go
Yep.
fishing because I find all the biggest pieces of wood that are under the water.
Yep, there's rivers all over, and then they like to landscape with those limestone rocks and stuff all over the road and stuff too. Like
Hmm.
I could just stop right on the side of the highway and just grab 10 rocks and throw them in the car real quick and drive on and just go to the next spot and do that over
That
and over.
or go slightly down to South County where they start, there they cut out the hills for the highways and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, when I was down in Pacific a couple times running this other guy's route on the Saturdays, there's been so many times that I've just been looking at those carved out, stones from the on the highway where they're like
Hmm.
caution falling rock. It's like, man, I could just stop right here and just get a big old bucket full of these rocks, man.
Yep.
My neighbor steals rocks from the river, one small cloth bag at a time. Exactly. Like that's basically what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna,
Yep.
go down to the river when I stop working all these Saturdays and stuff.
Right.
Go down to the river. Well, I also am waiting until it cools down because, geez,
Oh my
I
god, it got
I'm
hot
not gonna go
fast
collect
this
all
year.
these rocks when it's 95 degrees outside.
When it's 95 degrees feels like 100 something.
Yeah, that too. And it's gonna feel even worse, standing on all those rocks and lugging them, you know, half a mile back up to the parking lot where my car is gonna be.
Says nice. I wish I had a place to collect though. Though I guess here in Florida we have all the fish. Yeah.
I have a
Huh?
piece, but it floats. It floats for now, about
I
four
say you
feet.
could this freshwater build they actually did it was going to be a sickly tank, so we used some of the aragonite rocks that we have for saltwater, and he actually I don't know how he attached it, but he drilled into the rock so that he could attach the rock to the base of the wood just to make sure it wouldn't float, cuz we didn't know it was dry wood. We didn't know if it was going to float or not. But he's like, "I'm don't care. I'm going to attach these rocks to it and I'm going to make them sink." So you could always
There
do
you go.
that.
Yeah, and that's kind of more or less what I was gonna do anyway. Like I was going to like mold it into the rock and the scape and everything to where it's like it's been an old piece of wood that's just been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Is what I want it to look like. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, heart wings. I love it
We
that
have a
cockatiels do that.
mhm. We have a small section of river that flows south of my house. Lots of awesome rocks and amazing large pieces of driftwood. Too big to fit in any of my tanks, though. Exactly. And that's been the thing is like I go down there and I look at all this awesome stuff and it's like, that's too big to fit in my fish tank. But it's
Yeah.
not too big to fit in my pond when I'm done with it or working on it or whatever. So, yeah. This I was hoping to get my pond done this year and have the fish swimming in it and all that stuff by now. But that's definitely not gonna get done this year. But what I am gonna do this year, since I had the pond liner over my entire garden all year, my garden area is gonna be completely ready to go for next year. And so, yeah, this year I need to just collect all the materials that I'm gonna need so that when next spring rolls around, I can get, all that stuff scaped out and be perfect. And then, yep, get the pond ready to go. And I'll have fish swimming in it by this time next year.
Mhm.
I bet you have awesome driftwood in your neck of the woods, Richard. West coast of Florida. Yeah, you can find some cool stuff down there, I'm sure.
Yes. I really need to start planning out a garden area for myself. I think I got duped on those garden beds. I
Oh,
don't think that
yeah?
was a real thing. Yeah. I think I just lost $50.
Oh, wait. Oh, you mean you still haven't gotten them?
It says delivered, and I'm just like, I think this was fake. So
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Or
Um
it's porch pirates.
or porch pirates. Um but yeah, so I think I might just do like a DIY, like either pallets or something like that. Just make like a raised bed. But I need to start like plotting out and then actually planning what I'm gonna plant in there and all that stuff. So
How did I
yeah.
not see this driftwood when I was over at your house the other day, Diane? Or is it at the farm? Like, do you have a small pond at the farm or something like that?
But yeah.
Brought a few pieces from the Gulf. Nice. Yeah.
Oh, are tomato plants poisonous to dogs? Like the actual plant?
I don't think so.
Because I think one of my dogs ate one of my tomato plants that my mom just potted and put in the backyard. She
Ripe
came.
tomatoes are non-toxic, so they aren't poisonous to dogs. In fact, health benefit.
Where's Silver at? Silver would know.
Remaining piece.
Because it's a
So,
nightshade, right? Isn't that?
so your veterinarian may induce vomiting in your dog to get him to expel any remaining piece of tomato plant from the. So, the plant itself can be poisonous,
It was just a little sprout like this big.
but the fruit is non-toxic, but the
Okay.
plant is.
Okay. Well,
So
that was like a week ago, so I think they're okay.
yeah, yeah, it should be okay,
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it is related to nightshade. But even the thing about nightshade is the stories are hyperbolized. Like even if you get the actual like deadly nightshade, um, you need a lot of nightshade to actually like kill somebody quickly.
Yeah.
Like most of the time they're just gonna get sick, maybe severely sick. But yeah, you need like a lot of nightshade to actually kill somebody. But um, speaking of that, I have noticed some people in the area, like the St. Louis area, that have what's the word? Uh, ricin plants.
Hmm.
The what's the oil the castor plants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're beautiful plants. Um, but it's like it's the world's most poisonous plant,
Oh,
and it's also illegal to have it because it's what you extract ricin from, which is what they used in Breaking Bad or whatever to kill somebody undetectably or undetected or whatever.
huh.
So yeah, it gets these really cool looking flowers, but
Right.
often it kills a bunch of like deer and things like that if you have it and all that.
Interesting.
But look at this little girl dancing
Oh
in the
my
poison
gosh.
plant.
Oh my goodness.
This plant can kill me. All I gotta do is rub my eyes on the leaves.
But yeah, no, my mom came over like the day after, or a couple days after she potted them and put them on my back patio. She goes, "Did you like give somebody one of your tomato plants?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Okay, because it's gone." I was like, "Okay, that's weird." Yeah, the voice was good. I was like, "Well, maybe one of the dogs ate it.
Yeah.
I don't know."
Yeah, that'll happen for sure.
I think it would be Logan. Riley's not really a plant eater. I bet it was Logan the husky.
Probably.
Silly dog. Because he'll get an upset stomach and he'll go out and he'll eat grass every now and then. Such a cute little birdie.
All the veggies in the garden beds are doing really well this year. I'm so psyched. I'm happy too. Like I got my tomatoes and cucumbers in like an actual pot like really late this year. Like I only got them in pots maybe like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago maybe. Oh, maybe like 3 weeks ago now, I guess. But they're doing really well and they're growing fast, and so that's good. Because I got the gherkin cucumbers, so
Ooh.
they only get like this big.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I need to actually go check my cucumber plant. Um,
Is there a certain like fertilizer to use to get like the best tasting tomatoes? Or is there like a
uh,
nutrient, maybe not necessarily a fertilizer, but like a phosphate, nitrate, something specific?
got that piece at the confluence. Oh, the piece of wood, nice at the confluence.
I was telling my coworker how I've been on a tomato
So
kick.
the fertilizer for tomatoes. Um, I I cannot remember.
My coworker says his mom used to grow the best tomatoes. Like she knew the secret. And I was like, "There's a secret?" I must know these secrets. I know plant garden people. I'm sure they might know.
So I mean, black cow manure is definitely like the best fertilizer to use for like everything.
Yeah.
The darkest compost is what you really want. Um, but I believe I'm trying to remember what exact. There's a certain chemical, a very specific one that they need at during time of fruiting to prevent the tomatoes from splitting.
Oh yeah, because can't they like grow too fast and they end up splitting? Like too rapidly?
Yeah, so you want to make sure you water them regularly and deeply. And I thought there's Google's not giving me the information I wanted to give
Google
me.
is failing.
I I thought I can't remember. It was like potassium or something like that.
Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, potash, calcium, and magnesium.
Castor beans repel moles. Lots of people grow them on farms. Yeah, it repels lots of things by killing them. But yeah, it's at least I'm pretty sure in Missouri it's illegal to have castor bean. But I've seen some people that have it, and it's just like I don't know. Like I kind of want to have some myself, but never mind. I'm not going there. Anyway, we are pretty much here at the end of the stream.
We're at the end. Oh my gosh.
Calm down up there.
No, it's all in the seeds you use for sweetness. Oh. See, that's what I figured. Like, genetics had a big play in it.
Well,
and
yeah,
the fertilizers.
The genetics definitely has a big play in it. Like, there's so many different types of tomatoes out there. I definitely recommend trying to go for an heirloom tomato because that's going to be the most sort of natural tomato you can get without any sort of like genetic modification and stuff like that. And then, but yes, there's like grape tomatoes and cherry tomatoes and beefsteak tomatoes and like some tomatoes will be really big and
Beefsteak.
Yeah, like the beefsteak tomatoes, but those aren't necessarily like the sweetest tomatoes out there, or like you have like the cherry tomatoes and the grape tomatoes that are like probably the best tomatoes to just eat as far as like just eating a tomato goes, because they have like the most flavor and they're sweet and they're bite sized too.
Yeah.
But the breed of tomatoes that I got this year, they're called I think it was the Money Maker tomato. So they're a little bit. Okay, so this guy's showing he has a strawberry in his hand for some reason, while with a bowl full of the tomatoes. So that's about how big they are. About like a little bit smaller than like a baseball, but bigger than a golf ball. And they got
Splitting.
nice
Ooh.
juicy inside, apparently.
Lady Diane says splitting comes from overwatering. That makes sense.
Overwatering and underwatering. It comes from both.
You have to get it just right.
Yeah. You want to make sure the soil gets all the way dry, and then you want to like give it a nice deep watering so that it goes all the way down. Because tomatoes they like to plant like really deep roots, and when you're planting your tomatoes as well, you want to plant them deep, because you can pretty much, if you want to, you can cut all the little side branches off and just bury the plant all the way up to like the top little leaves, and all the little hairs and stuff will turn into roots, and you'll get a really nice thick root system, and you'll get a really big plant then.
Maybe I need to go out and replant those tomato starts that my mom did.
Nah, just leave them now.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever you're planting tomatoes, make sure you plant them deep.
Deep.
Which is the opposite of banana trees. Banana trees, you pretty much plant right at the surface, which is crazy.
Y'all need to talk much more next time. I'm pooped. Aw, but we appreciate you participating, Lady Diane.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a long day, and then I almost decided to take a nap and be late for the stream.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was literally right until I hopped on, I was just shoveling that food in my mouth. I'm like, I'm so hungry. My coworker came in with food, and it caused my stomach to just be so vocal that I was like, I'm gonna have to eat my lunch an hour early because you came in with food.
Yep. I'm gonna go try that new Schwann's Caribbean style chicken rice jerk bowl.
Baker's Creek, yeah, I've bought from Baker's Creek before. Just
Baker's
studied. All right.
Yeah, Baker's Creek has the best seeds ever, and they have lots of different hybrids that they've created themselves. So definitely trust Baker's Creek. Whole catalog that you can order, or
I have
you can always just go out to if you hit them during the season, because they're only open for like 2 months. White Hop Greenhouses out in Baldwin. They do a lot of heirloom stuff, and they've been growing plants for generations. So
I was trying to see if I still had all the packets from when we talked about it a few weeks ago, but no, I think I actually put all those away.
Yep.
But
anyway, guys, we will see you next week on another episode of Fishing Friends. I hope you have a great week, and thanks for joining us. Be sure to like both streams. Make sure you subscribe to everybody. Don't forget the Keystone Clash is coming up. If you haven't signed up yet, please sign up, because I want to meet you all, and that's where I'm going to be. So, Gina, what do you like to say?
Bye.
Bye. So long. Thanks for the fish.